It was Otto von Bismarck, I think, who said there's two things you don't want to see, how they're made, laws and sausages. It's fair to say that the journey to get to today's revised welfare proposals by the government wasn't terribly pretty, but let's take a second to look at where we've got to. But before we do that, let's just pause to recognise why we're having this conversation. This graph here shows the huge increase in the numbers on incapacity benefits, which far outstrips the growth in sickness and disability in wider society. We inherited from the Tories a system which disincentivised work, which encouraged people to think of themselves in terms of limiting conditions rather than their potential, which belittled disabled people with needless reassessments that were completely pointless, and which of course cost you billions more. And the result of that broken system is here on the screen, where we have one of the worst employment gaps for disabled people in Western Europe. That is the gap in employment between those with health issues and disabilities and those without. So the status quo wasn't an option, but too many people were worried about the proposals as they stood, so Labour MPs like me have been working together to try to make the proposals better, and I think they are better now. The first and really most important thing to say is that as a result of the measures in this bill, no existing claimant will have their income impacted negatively. In fact, there'll be a significant increase in the standard rate of universal credit. On top of that, there'll also be a right to try. So if people want to try work, but maybe, for example, they've got a fluctuating condition and they don't know how their health will react to going to work, they'll be able to try work without worrying about having to go through the assessment process again if it doesn't work out. And this huge increase, I think a fourfold increase in the amount spent on employment support. So front-loading the support now so that you save money later with better outcomes. No government can ignore the huge rise in costs and benefits. It wouldn't be responsible to do so. But I think today's proposals recognise that that need to be financially responsible has to be balanced with the duty to look after the disabled and the most needy. Let me know what you think.